everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to address a question that a couple of people have messaged me about over on Instagram, and that's all about a work-life balance and societies and extracurricular activities outside of learning medicine, outside of lectures and things like that. And I thought this was a really good question because when I was applying to graduate entry medicine, or just medicine in general I guess, something that I was a little bit wary of or a bit concerned was that I wouldn't have much time to do anything else except study all the time. And obviously that is not good for your work-life balance, and we all need downtime to relax, have fun and take our minds off of medicine, because if we are studying all the time except from when we're eating or sleeping, then obviously it's not very healthy and it won't do our mental well-being any good or even our physical health. So I think firstly it's really important to address organisation. Without organisation there is no way that you can maintain a good work-life balance. You need to know how to prioritise your time, how to schedule, and how to know how much time you need to put aside to do certain things. That being said, if you want to do something, I am sure that there is enough time for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. So for me personally, something that I am really keen about and I always knew that I want to carry on doing no matter what I'm doing in my life is music. I have done a lot of music over the years and done orchestras and choirs and bands and composing and singing and loads of different things. And so for me it was really important that I carry on doing music in some way or another throughout medical school. And the easiest way that I thought I could do that would be to join the university orchestra. So you might be thinking, university orchestra, that must take up a lot of time. And to an extent, it does. So for me, orchestra is 2.5-3 hours on a Tuesday night. It's a little bit later, so I have time to have some dinner before orchestra and maybe get a bit of studying done before I go. And then I get back about 10 p.m-ish, and then I can either go straight to bed or I can do a bit of studying. It just depends on how I feel. But obviously that is quite a big time commitment, and then there are concerts that we have every semester, at least one, as well as other rehearsals here and there, and so it is a time commitment, but it's something that I knew I wanted to do and I have followed through on that, and I've done that. The other thing that I personally do to keep a good sort of work-life balance is I actually go home every weekend to see my mum. I really value any time I can get with her, and for some people it might be seeing their friends at the weekend or seeing their boyfriend, their partners, their girlfriends, whatever. But for me personally it's being able to go home, see my mum, spend some quality time with her. But that doesn't mean I don't do any studying when I'm at home. Obviously I have to study at the weekend, that's the way it is. But that's something that I do to maintain my well-being. Another really important aspect of being in medical school is societies. University societies, MedSoc, so medical societies, and obviously those can play a big role in your university experience and doing things outside of medicine but also still learning about medicine at the same time. So it's a bit of a weird one. So I regularly try to attend the surgical society events. They have a range of different things, from talks, lectures, workshops, lots of different things. So I enjoy going to those. I'm also part of, that's a very big bird. I'm also part of Bedside Play, where we as medical students are able to go into the paediatric wards of one of the hospitals nearby and basically play with the children who are ill or undergoing tests and are probably really bored, because the last thing you want to be as a child is stuck in hospital. So yeah, we just go in and play with them for a couple of hours. Not every week, it's on a rota, depending on who's free, who wants to do it, how many people they have. I've so far only done it once, but I am really excited to do it again once I am back at uni. Another thing which is music related is I try to sing with the MedSoc choir. I think they're called the Ultrasounds. See if you get the joke. They meet once a week, so it's quite chilled out. You're with other people who study medicine, and although it's really great if you can go every single week, obviously as medical students our timetables can be a little bit unpredictable, and there are times of the year where we're a bit too busy because we have to hand something in, or we have OSCEs or exams or something. So obviously some people can't go every week. I also really try to go to that because I really enjoy singing, and I find that singing can really boost your mood and lift you up. So another thing that I do, which is quite a recent thing, is I actually help out with a new society that one of my friends has set up, which is the Tea and Empathy Society. We're not the first medical school to have one. It's actually based off Tea and Empathy Society at a different medical school. I can't remember which one. But basically it's just a chance for people to have a cup of tea, some cake, biscuits, and just chat, relax, do anything that isn't medicine. I think that sometimes it can be really easy to get so enveloped in the bubble that is medicines, from societies or studying, learning, revision, formatives, clinical skills, anatomy, everything. It can sort of feel like it's taking over. And so we set up Tea and Empathy Society, where people can come in, have a cup of tea and chat about whatever they want for 10 minutes, whether it's because they're stressed and they just want someone to unload and rant to, or they just want a chat in a nice chilled environment. So yeah, I've been helping him set up that society along with the rest of the committee. The final thing that I have been involved with recently is I've been involved in a research project. Now, this is sort of quite medicine related, and I'm doing this for a variety of different reasons, because I'm interested in improving people's mental well-being and mental health, and it will also help me in the future with my portfolio. I'm really lucky in that I do already have my name on a paper, so that's already points for my portfolio. But being involved in another research project, although is by no means guaranteed that I will get my name on a paper, is a really good experience for me. And if I do want to be involved in either a different research project in the future when this one is finished, or want to do research as an SSC or student selected component later on in medical school, then this will give me really good tools and experience for me to do that. Now obviously the things that I do can seem like quite a lot, but there are some things that I don't do that a lot of people do. So for example, I know a lot of my friends like to go to the gym a couple of times a week. I know that some people go every single day without fail, and so if that's what you want to do, then there is proof that you can do it. I know that a lot of people are in university hockey teams, netball teams, or MedSoc hockey teams, football teams. There's lots of sports. I'm not really a very sporty person, but something that I do want to do is start going to the gym again. Probably not going to be until second year now, because we are approaching exam season, and also just with the way memberships work, it's not really the right time. But something I wish I had done was start going to the gym from as soon as I started medical school. But that would probably meant that I'd have to prioritise my time slightly differently, and maybe something that I do now would have had to go. I'm also part of other medical societies that I can't remember off the top of my head, but the good thing about medical societies as opposed to university societies is they are a little bit more flexible. They don't meet every single week. They don't expect you to turn up every single week. They happen maybe once a month or once every 2 or 3 weeks, and it's a lot more informal, and you don't have to go, but if you do go you will get a lot out of it. So I really recommend medical societies or MedSoc societies, because there's sort of a mutual understanding that everybody is busy, and although they would like you to go as many sessions as possible, sometimes it's just not realistic for you to go to every single one. It probably sounds like I have everything sorted out and I'm so busy all the time but have a good balance, or maybe some of you thinking that I do too much. I'm one of those people that thrives off being busy. I need to be busy. If I'm not busy, then my mental well-being actually starts to go down. I think it's really important to add that it can take a little while to sort of figure out what balance works for you, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with sort of saying, I'm really sorry, but I don't have time to do this anymore. For example, I did actually try to put myself forward to be president of my university orchestra, but I actually pulled out before the elections because I really looked at my timetable, how much time I had, and thought, you know what, I'm actually already doing so much, and I probably don't have time to do this. As much as I would really, really love to, I don't think that I can, purely because I need to do my studying. I've got exams. I go home every weekend. Maybe if I didn't go home every weekend, I could do that, but it's all about priorities and figuring out what is really important to you. Finally, I would just like to add that everything that I've spoken about right now is representative of my time so far as a first year graduate entry medical student. This is probably or almost certainly going to change next year as priorities change, timetabling changes, we have different proportions of time for independent study versus lectures. At the moment it's quite lecture heavy, and I find that really useful for guiding my time, but obviously things are going to change next year. So I hope this video has sort of proven that it is possible to have a work-life balance in medical school. It is possible to do the things that you want to do. Just because you're studying medicine doesn't necessarily mean that you need to put absolutely everything on hold. All it does mean is that you need to prioritise your time really, really well. Whether that's what you've already been doing, which is fantastic, or whether that's something that you need to focus on, maybe give yourself more of a structure to your week. You've just got to prioritise your time, and I know I keep repeating myself, but that really is the most important thing. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have any questions, then feel free to leave them downstairs in the comments or send me a message over on Instagram or Twitter. I have changed my Instagram handle, so just be aware of that. I really enjoy speaking to all of you guys, getting messages and talking about your journey to medicine. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Bye.